Hey, what is going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at the first in Bandai's new Petitrits line of kits. So this is, as far as I know, only going to focus on kits from the Fate Grand Order series, a series that I have no familiarity with at all, so I don't know anything about any of the characters of the story or anything like that. I know it's a very complex, there's a lot of different stories or series in the series, and there's a ton of different characters and stuff. I don't know, I've seen them around, but I don't really know anything too much about it. But anyway, the kits look pretty interesting, so I wanted to check them out. So big thank you, as always, to USA Gundam Store for their support in letting me do so. And of course, if you guys want to check the kits out for yourself, you can check the site, USA Gundam Store. The link to their site is down below in the video description, and you can save 10% off everything, of course, there with my coupon code ZakuAurelius10. But these kits are already pretty cheap, so if you're a fan of the series, you're probably going to want to check these out because they look pretty cool. So the first one here, we have Shielder Mash Kyrielight. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but anyway, there you go. So it's just, she's got this big cross-shaped shield, and that's pretty much it. So there you can see on the front, just got a nice illustration there. And with all of this, these are not to scale, obviously, because so there's no scale on there. Obviously, as you can tell, they're just kind of SD scale. Going around here onto the side, you can see this is 01 in the line, and there's another one that just came out as well, so we'll take a look at that one as well. That is of Caster, and then there's another one coming out next month, and then I'm not sure after that, but we'll be definitely taking a look at Caster as well. So down here on the bottom, you can see a little bit about just the runners. Of course, they're going to have some really nice color separation, as you would expect. So you can see a little bit about the items. It says the shield there, and then it's got this cool base included as well. It's a little bit about just the general detail of the design there. The parts, of course, is going to be really nicely detailed, nice color separation and all that. So action, the posability. I'm not expecting these to be like super posable just because of their size and just how complex they look, how not very complex they look, I should say. That's okay. They're meant to just be sort of like basically Bandai's version of build your own Nendroid sort of thing, but not quite in the same SD scale. But anyway, here on the other side of the box, on the top, you can see that they're going to be 10 centimeters when built. So I think this picture here is showing you the actual size of how big it's going to be when it's actually built, which looks like, you know, smaller than an HD. So they're going to be pretty small. As you can tell, this box is not very big. It's pretty thin, and again, like I said, they're pretty cheap. So there's not going to be, it's not going to be all of that big. As you can see, it looks like here we've just got the two runners and then our instructions. So let's just take a look at these here first. So it's pretty cool. It's all in color here on the front and then black and white there on the back. So kind of like with the figurized bust kits, they're all like that as well. Here we've got our parts list there at the top. Again, it's just all in color. We've got some stickers there, it looks like, foil stickers and marking stickers, it looks like. And then it's just straight into the construction. There you can see with the face and the head, then the body, and then down here there's the color guide is there as well. Going around here onto the back is the final assembly of the body, and then the shield, and then the display. So that's it there. Let's check out the runners. First up here is the foil stickers. You can see there's a couple little color correcting ones there, and then the stickers for the eyes, and then stickers for those kind of silvery metallic details on the front of the shield. Pretty actually disappointed that the eyes are just foil stickers here. I wish that they would have been like pre-molded, kind of like the figurized bust eyes, but I guess that would, of course, would have made the kit more expensive, but they definitely look a lot better in the end using foil stickers for the eyes. You know, I mean, I guess they look fine, but you're probably going to want to just paint them. We'll see how they look anyway. And then here is the marking stickers. So you got a couple of those, some purple stripes and a black stripe there as well. So here's the A runner in 4 colors. We've got a couple of parts up there in gray for the shield, this part in clear blue, a couple parts there in clear blue, very light clear blue for the base. Some parts here for the hair as well as the eye parts there, and then some skin tone parts down there across the bottom. And the runner B here is everything else in this black plastic. It's not like, oh, I mean, it's black, I guess. It's not super dark anyway, so it does have this sort of matte finish to it. It's not really glossy, so it's gonna look pretty nice, I think, when this is built up. So let me get it built up and then we'll see how it looks. Alright, so when she's all put together, here is how she's going to look. Now, obviously, there's a lot of really nice detail on there, but it's going to be maybe a little bit hard to see just because it's all black.
So definitely I think going in, even if you aren't going to paint the thing, going in doing some dry brushing on that just to help bring out some of the details I think will look really nice if you don't want to paint the entire thing. Though painting this kit I think is going to be a relatively simple process, as it doesn't really have much in the way of seam lines on it. On the sides of the lower legs, there's a little bit of a seam there, but it's pretty negligible. On the side of the thighs as well, a little seam there, but also should be pretty easy to get rid of that. Overall, I think this should be a really quick, and it's just a very simple kit as well, so it's just a very few amount of parts. So if you wanted to get one of these and paint it up, it should make for a really quick and fun little paint job on that. So I think this will be really fun to paint up a little bit later on. I'll work on that, but let's go ahead and take a look at her one singular accessory here, which is the shield, of course. So on the back, I mean, it's kind of cool with the ring detail and then the handle there in the center, but you have these big empty spaces around on the side that don't look that great. On the front, some pretty cool detail. The color separation is nice with the gray piece set between the two black pieces. So you got that nice detail on the front of the gray piece there, that nice detail with the kind of text there. These stickers, which aren't that great. I mean, when you really work at them, what I did was just take a toothpick and just kind of try to bring out all the details. But the underneath there, the detail is pretty nice. But as you saw when we took a look at the runners here just a moment ago. But once you got that sticker on there, it is going to kind of hide that a little bit unless you really try to work the sticker into all the grooves in there to try to let all that detail show through the sticker. But we do also have a couple of stickers here at the top. Those little gray bits, that's stickers. And then down here at the bottom, that's stickers there as well. So rather accessory, I suppose, just being the base here. Very simple, but I do like the look of that. Just a nice clear blue. And then that just clips onto her leg here. And it shouldn't have any trouble just standing on there like that. But I just want to point out the other stickers on here. First off, on the front of the chest, there's that sticker there with the little purple stripes, and then on the back, the purple stripes there. Now that sticker, I thought it was just like a regular marking sticker, but it's actually one of those more like a little bit more latexy, kind of rubbery sort of feeling stickers. So it's a little bit softer, so it's not as durable as much as the other ones. So be careful when you're like pressing that down. This one, if you're using a toothpick or something like that to kind of press the sticker down into place, you could very easily damage the sticker, and I feel like that it's not going to be like really working all that well in the long run, but it's on there for the time being anyway. Also here, this bit of flesh tone where the arm rotates, if you can rotate that there, the top and bottom half of the bicep. The bottom half, that skin tone part, that's a sticker there. The top half, just like this side, it's just half of that's a skin tone plastic, but this lower part there is a sticker. And same thing down here on the leg, so that lower bit of skin tone, that's a sticker, and on this side, that black is a black sticker there that wrapping around that thigh. As you can see, it's a kind of different color of black. You can see that difference there. And then of course the eyes are stickers as well, even though you can't see one of the eyes is completely covered up, so I'm not really even sure why they gave us a sticker for that eye, because it's not like we had different face options or different hair options that would eventually show you both sides. But I guess maybe the faces, I'm not sure if they'll be swappable. If that's possible, then maybe that's why you have stickers for both eyes. But otherwise, I mean, as far as this kit goes, you really only need the sticker for this eye. The other one is completely not visible there. So anyway, the eye sticker looks okay, and especially just because it's so hidden behind the hair here. But the unfortunate thing is that the actual eye part doesn't have any molded detail on it. So if you wanted to paint that, I mean, you're just going to paint it completely by hand. Sometimes on some of the other kits, they've given you the eye detail is all like molded in there, so at least when you're painting that in, it's pretty easy to just kind of paint that in. But in this case, it's just a flat piece there, so you'll have to just paint that by hand yourself. You had the little extra bit of hair over here on the side, it's a separate piece, otherwise the hair is just basically two parts, front and back half, just sandwiched together there. As far as the articulation, the head will look up to there and down to there, and that's about it. The arm will be able to come up to about there, which is not too bad. It's just connected in there via a ball joint, so you can kind of move that around. And then, as I mentioned before, there's some rotation there in the middle of the bicep. The elbow joint will bend about 90 degrees up. That is going to be about it. It's relatively simple, and the hand will just rotate. So this open hand just rotates a little bit like so. That's pretty much it. As far as the hand options go for this, what you see is what you get. You get a holding hand for the right side and an open hand for the left. Really would have been nice if they would have included maybe one or two other hand options for this, but I'll talk more about that in a little bit. As far as the stomach section, there's no articulation in there at all. The hips, though, you have just a little bit of movement here. The legs will come out to about there before basically they're kind of blocked by these skirt parts. And then forward all the way to there, like pretty much nothing. You can go back a little bit ways there just because you have a little bit of room to move there with this kind of back skirt part. And then as for the knee bend, that does not exist at all. There's no knee bend in this. So the legs are just fixed like this. You can't do anything else with that. You do have a little bit of articulation here. The foot is on a ball joint, so you can kind of move that around a little bit, but again, not really too much at all. You can sort of maybe just a little bit adjust it out to the side for a little bit of a wider stance, and that's pretty much it. Alright, I did also want to give you guys a size comparison. Here it is compared to the HD RX-782 Gundam. Also, you could, of course, give the shield to a Gundam kit or something if you want, but because the handle is a round handle, it's going to be a little bit hard to hold. You might want to just add a little something to that to square it off, or just add a little glue or something to make that a little bit easier to hold. As you can see, it's going to be a little bit loose in the handle, but if you wanted to make some cool Gundam custom using a giant cross shield, it is something that you could do with this. So what I'll do now is just attempt to show you guys a couple of different posing options and things that you can do with this, but the feeling that I'm getting from these is that they're just not really meant to be any sort of like kit that you're going to do a lot of posing with, especially any sort of action posing with or anything. You can do a couple of slight variants on just a standing pose, and that's pretty much it. And so it feels like this is not really meant to be the kind of kit like a high-grade Gundam kit or something like that. You can do tons of cool posing options and things like that with the weapons. But it's basically just meant to be a very inexpensive and small little figure that you can just build up and just stick on your desk or on your shelf or whatever, and that's pretty much it. So it's just basically like a very, very cheap version of an Nendroid, essentially, that Bandai is going for with this. And I think there's definitely a market for that. I mean, the kit is very affordable, it's very simple and very easy to build. It didn't take any time at all. And the end result, as long as you didn't want to do some super dynamic pose or anything with it, it looks good. Just stand it up on your shelf like that. It looks pretty cool. So especially if you're a big fan of the series and you wanted something that's just inexpensive and simple, and you just wanted to put it up on your shelf, then I would say definitely check out the line. This seems like a really solid first entry. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but I mean, it does what it needs to do. It just looks cool and cute and kind of, I don't know, what else could you really ask for, right? A full-on kit version of this, like something from like a Frame Arms Girl Megami device sort of thing from Kotobukiya, I suppose would be cool, and who knows if that may happen in the future. Of course, Fate is a very popular series, but I don't know, I wouldn't really hold my breath on that. I wouldn't expect Kotobukiya to be making anything of this from this series anytime soon. There's a lot of different very popular series that Kotobukiya could draw stuff from if they wanted to, but it just doesn't seem like they're really too interested in doing that. They're having plenty of success with their own line of stuff. So anyway, that is it for the first in the Petitrits line. What do you guys think? I'll have the caster review coming up for you guys next. But yeah, in the meantime, just let me know what you think of the series so far in the comment section down below. And of course, you can get these and everything else with 10% off there from USA Gundam Store. Just use that coupon code ZakuAurelius10. Check out the link to their site down below. Thank you so much to them once again for their support. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye, guys.